What happens when two brilliant twin brothers, fueled by their passion for gaming, team up to revolutionize how we play, compete, and connect? Today, we dive in the world of Taylor and Tyler Morgan, co-founders of Destruction Labz, to explore their groundbreaking platform, One Shot. It's a digital arcade built in the Web3 space where gamers can compete, customize, and track their journey like never before.
My name's Tyler. I am the Chief Technical Officer at Destruction Labz. My background's in software. I've always been passionate about video games.
My name is Taylor. I'm the CEO of Destruction Labz. Like Tyler said, we kind of always knew we wanted to be in gaming at some point. We just didn't know how. I didn't know it would be starting a company or whatnot.
I always wanted to start games, and you always had the idea, hey, I want to start this and that, but just having the technical skills to do it is such a difficult job. So what kind of inspired you to start Alley Cats and eventually Destruction Labz, and how did you come up with their names?
Man, I knew I wanted to start something, right? I didn't know that it would be an IP. It just happened to evolve into that. We knew we wanted to build something within gaming, something within technology and all of that. So started working on it for a bit, and we actually went to launch the first time and completely failed. We pulled it early. We were like, hey, we need to go back to the drawing board, essentially. And the only really thing that stayed was the name, the Alley Cats. The art, all of that stuff changed completely. And so we started building it out. We got some early traction, and then we actually got to the point where we were launched and we had successful launch. And what we saw from that is, holy crap, we wanted to make this gaming platform centered all around the Alley Cats and whatnot. But what we learned from that launch is like, hey, scalable IP is not only like our problem, it's a problem in general. That's where Destruction Labz came into play when the platform kind of zoomed out, and it's not just like an Alley Cat thing. It's like they are one major IP on the platform. How can we do this for other IPs, other games, and things like that?
And then to go into a little bit of the background for the inspiration behind the name, Taylor, I came up with the name Alley Cats and told me about it. I, of course, instantly liked it, but it comes from being in LA, right? Growing up and being born and raised in LA, it was ingrained in our culture. We would constantly hear people refer to each other as cats. So see that young cat over there, stuff like that, right? We took that literally and we used that as the inspiration behind the cats, because we can all identify in cats as well. They have a lot of personality traits. And then what was cool was he told me about Destruction, and he's like, yeah, I looked it up. Destruction is a group of feral cats. And I'm like, no way. So I look it up, and it turns out it is. So we created this hashtag, Join the Destruction. That kind of went viral on social media, and that's how we birthed the name Destruction Labz. So Destruction is a group of feral cats, so it just made perfect sense.
I would say, building a community is so important, and especially if it's something you're building that people could relate to, it makes it so much better. And I love the team dynamic that you two have when it comes to working with each other to bump heads or have disagreements or agree to disagree. So how's it being, especially twin brothers, influence the whole work dynamic and even decision-making process?
It definitely helps, right? It's beneficial. One of the things that is really beneficial is the fact that we're both software engineers. One thing that is very important and integral to the engineering world is trade-offs. You can't make a decision without some type of trade-off. And being able to understand that allows us to come to logical decisions quickly. On top of that, we both share a vision for Destruction Labz and the company as a whole. It's bigger than us in a way. We did create it, but it's much bigger than us. Making sure that stays at the forefront of our thoughts and our decisions allows us to make decisions pretty easily. Now, we do disagree on some things. I'm not going to say we don't, but we can usually resolve it really quickly.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty easy, pretty chill having your brother as a CTO. You kind of know what each other are thinking in a way, but we've learned to always double check, because there have been times where we have been on opposite ends of an idea, and then it's like, okay, we need to meet in the middle here. Let's converse about this. So it has helped our communication in that regard.
With this team dynamic, could you give us an overview of your new flagship product and what kind of sets it apart from others in the market?
Yeah, so we're creating an all-in-one social and competitive gaming platform called One Shot. And One Shot creates like detailed immersion and experience and expands on IPs that people already know and love. Like Taylor mentioned earlier, we built this platform with Alley Cats in mind initially, but immediately saw a way to scale and become IP agnostic, which is what we're doing.
So how'd you come up with the name One Shot?
You ever play Halo 3?
Of course. Come on.
Growing up, we were heavy in the competitive gaming space. And that was a common term, right? When you're playing these FPS or first-person shooters, there's a health bar, and you're shooting someone in the game, and they get weak enough, and you're like, hey, that person's one shot over there. And so it just stuck from there.
It's funny, till this day, it's still being used. And, you know, I know you say Halo 3, but I'm sorry, but Halo 2 is the best one. So I'm sorry to...
Yeah.
By the way, I love One Shot. It's such a catchy name. One Shot is such a roll off the tongue phrase. Yeah. You know, I still use it in any like first person shooters. Yeah. So back to your platform, I know this is going into the new IP within the whole Web3 technologies. When people hear Web3 technology, especially, you know, someone like me, it sounds very complex. Currently, what challenges and opportunities have you encountered developing a platform using Web3 technology?
So we aim to bridge the gap between Web 2 and Web 3 because right now they're like siloed in nature, right?
Right.
One of the challenges is building and keeping a balance. We build in phases. You should come to this platform and be completely inundated with Web3 technology and all the nuances. It should be something that slowly comes out over time and really gets the user experience to it. And also it should be an option. It should complement what you're already doing. We don't believe, at least in this current iteration, that it should be the focal point.
And I'll add a visual. Imagine One Shot is like Universal Studios. And then when you go into the One Shot platform, you'll be able to interact with different rides, right? The Alley Cats land. It's a piece of this platform that's going to have different customized experiences. It's going to have different games for it. And then you have, you know, maybe something like Call of Duty, another IP that you can do certain things with. And just because they're on the same platform doesn't mean that they all are interacting with Web3, right? And in reality, we don't really want you to feel like you're interacting with Web3 because then it becomes this burden. That's the premise of this thing. Multiple IPs are going to be able to interact with it. You're going to be able to live and breathe within that IP. You're going to be able to go across different IPs and interact with them in different ways that you haven't before.
So I love how you talked about how you're building by steps. That is so true. Yeah. With any business or even any product you're trying to build, you have to build foundations, right, to actually make it and grow it.
Yeah, right now we're in the beta phase. So we're rolling out more features in a smaller set to get some critical feedback on it. One of the most recent features we rolled out was gamer tags, allowing users to go onto the platform and create their unique gamer tags. Right now, you can log on to oneshot.gg and reserve your gamer tag. We'll have profiles rolling out. And one of the pieces of feedback we got was for more login options. Gamers love to have more login options when it comes to single sign-on. So that's something we're definitely iterating on and going to provide come launch.
Super excited. You guys are amazing. So how could listeners stay updated within the latest news and the releases with Destruction Labz?
Yeah, so www.destructionlabz.com with the Z. We're also Destruction Labz on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, like all socials. You can also go down to our website, and at the very bottom, there's an email list. You could submit your email in there and you could be updated.
And the unique thing about us is we're building this with the community. So as we roll these features out, we're rolling them out in beta phases, and it's a journey, right? We're telling that story, and you can come at different parts of the journey and join in and really just stick around and test these features as they go live. I appreciate everyone for the support on all the socials and everything that we're rolling out. It means a lot to us, so thank you.
And go reserve your gamer tag. There should be like a giveaway or a raffle coming up here pretty soon, and we're gonna pick from people who have either created their gamer tags or created profiles, and then just hit notification button so you'll get notified anytime we post or something like that.
Thank you for watching another episode of Rich Series and getting an exclusive look at the future of gaming with Taylor and Tyler Morgan, twin brothers behind Destruction Labz. If you're excited as I am about the potential One Shot, be sure to check out their platform and follow Destruction Labz for all the latest updates. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an episode. And if you have any questions or thoughts about One Shot, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep gaming, and I'll see you in the next video.